There is so much happening on the fronts that from today I will try making 2 videos per day. The Ukrainian counteroffensive in the Kherson region continues to gain momentum because if 2 days ago the Ukrainians managed to completely demolish the Russian eastern flank and advance 30 kilometers deep into the region, then today the Ukrainians breached the defense in one important town, which caused the collapse of Russian left flank, that is also 30 kilometers wide. And here is how they did it. Yesterday, as you remember, the Ukrainians got in trouble near Dudchany. Due to the rain, the ground became very soft, and the tank battalions became immobile. In the meantime, Ukrainian mobile infantry battalions were surrounding and storming Russian defense in Chervone, Petropavlivka and Novovoskresenske. Shortly after that, the Ukrainians opened a new line of attack from Arkhanhelske. Very soon, photos and videos emerged of the Ukrainians in Novopetrivka and Blakytne. Instead of focusing only on Novodmytrivka, the Ukrainians conducted a broad attack and assaulted the Russians in Kostyrka, Chereshneve and Novomykolaivka. As you can see, the Russians were basically attacked from every direction and did not have excess reserves to move from one location to another. The front lines seemed to stay here for a while because Novovoskresenske is a very fortified town. It served as a command and reserve center for the whole northern group, which is why the Ukrainians have been conducting many missile strikes here. However, what caused the front line to collapse further was not an attack from the north, it was an attack from the south. Yesterday Ukrainian attack on Davydiv Brid turned out unsuccessful. Overall, their position here is quite difficult because the only area from where they can attack Davydiv Brid is to the south of this settlement. However, concentrating forces here is impossible for many reasons. Firstly, the settlements are too small. Secondly, they would become an easy target for airstrikes, which is why the forces were spread out, and most of them were actually located on the western bank of the Inhulets River. That is why, thirdly, they need to cross the river using pontoon bridges to launch their attack and then cross several kilometers of an empty field to get to Davydiv Brid. As you remember, to undermine Russian tactical advantage, at least to some degree, the Ukrainians have been shelling this settlement very heavily for more than a week. Nonetheless, their first attack failed. However, it seemed like they saw that the Russians were barely holding their positions, so they regrouped and attacked them again. Today, it was confirmed that the Russians in Davydiv Brid were defeated and that the Ukrainians have finally crushed this crucial defense position.